Hey folks, welcome to What's New, the Peter Larmond Outdoors radio show. I'm your host, Peter Larmond, and thank you for taking the time to listen in on us today. I've got to ask you a question. Have you ever been in a tournament and you go to start your outboard and nothing? It won't turn over. Turns out that the cranking battery's dead. You fumble with your jumper cables to try to boost the cranking battery from your deep cycle trolling motor batteries. However, you've been running most of the day, they're running low as well, and then you don't have enough power to start your outboard. If you're lucky enough, you have one of those heavy booster packs, but if you don't have one, you're calling for a tow. Now there's a company that has solved all of these problems with a smaller power pack that is light and doesn't take up as much room in your boat. That company is called Weego. As we continue to bring you the best from ICAST last month in Orlando, today on the show we have a show winner. Weego won Best of Show for Giftware, and today we're talking with Brian Bell, the brand manager from Weego. However, before we bring Brian on the show, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back right after this. You're listening to What's New, the Peter Larmond Outdoors radio show on WRVO Radio Network 1. ProJ Fishing Tackle in Scarborough, Ontario is Canada's #1 megabass dealer. ProJ Fishing Tackle carries all the latest and hard-to-find tackle from some of the best manufacturers in the business. Companies like Megabass, Duo Realis, Lew's, Shimano, Daiwa, just to name a few. Jasper and his staff at ProJ Fishing Tackle were there with expert advice, so give them a call at 416-913-8305. ProJ Fishing Tackle is your one stop before going out to catch that trophy of a lifetime. ProJ Fishing Tackle, 416-913-8305. Welcome back. Today we're talking with Brian Bell, who's the brand manager at Weego. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Peter.
Brian, first off, congratulations for winning Best of Show in the Giftware division at ICAST last month. For the Weego 44. And before we get into from a marketing perspective, tell our listeners, what does it mean for a company to win Best of Show at an event such as ICAST?
Product like Weego 44 to an audience that's dedicated to the fishing industry as those that attend ICAST, it actually means a whole lot. One of the big things at this kind of trade show is you have all of the dealers that are attending from all across the country, including the United States, and are looking at the product in a new product showcase area that's been set up by the show staff. So you're getting a lot of visibility of the product. During that particular show, they announced that we were a winner, so it also creates a lot of buzz around the booth and brings a lot more interest in dealers into the booth area for us.
So basically, for as you said, for a new product, it's almost like it gives you credibility. It gives you that these guys they have a great product and people should take a look at them.
Exactly. It really pushes us up against the competition and any other competitive products that may be even showing at that show.
Right. So now that you've won that award with the Weego 44, tell us about it. What is a Weego 44?
Weego 44 is a portable jump starter. What's really cool about this particular model is that we've designed it. There are a number of competitive products out there that tend to look very similar from model to model, but we've taken a lot of time and effort in designing it ourselves in the United States, and then working with our manufacturing partner overseas to develop it.
So
Weego as a brand is really all about portable power and making sure that the everyday consumer can use it, and in this case, it's a jump starter. We also have rechargeable battery packs, which a lot of people are pretty familiar with, that charge phones and tablets, but what's really cool about this particular item is that it does a lot more. It jumps engines, whether it be boat, car, truck, motorcycle, ATV, so any kind of outdoor person would have a lot of use for that. It charges phones, tablets. It powers, so you can actually power portable devices that run off of a 12-volt system. And then it also lights. It has an awesome flashlight, 500 lumens, that allow night, or if you need just a regular flashlight at any time during the day.
So that's really cool. So basically, like, as you mentioned, it's not just for your boat. Perfect for having it in your vehicle. I mean, whether you're in the northern U.S. or up in Canada or whatever, in winter months, sometimes vehicles won't start, and it's a pain to get a boost or to call a tow truck, and so you have this at your disposal. So once I charge it, like, how long is it good for?
That is another really, really neat thing about the technology behind Jumpstarter 44 and the other Jumpstarter models that we have, is it's run off of a lithium polymer battery. So similar to your cell phone or your laptop, it's a very small portable battery, but it has a long-lasting life. It only loses about 2 to 5% of its charge over the course of a month, which means that you can store it in your boat or in your glove box for years and not have to recharge it.
There's nothing more frustrating than going to use something and all of a sudden it doesn't work. The battery's dead, or just like I said, it doesn't work. There's very frustrating, and it's already adds into a stressful situation if you can't get your vehicle started, or as you mentioned, can't get any of your whatever you want to get started.
Exactly, and that's the last thing you want in an emergency. If you're stuck in the middle of a lake or in the ocean, and your battery on your boat, for instance, doesn't start, that's the last thing that you want to have happen is the tool or device that you're using to help you out fails to work.
Absolutely.
So, we've made sure that the batteries are very, like a great quality battery that won't cause any kind of issues for you when you're trying to use Weego 44.
Like, I know when we were, and here's the other cool thing about it, and I know when we met at ICAST, and I was getting a demonstration of the product. It's really cool how the cables can disconnect from the actual pack, so it makes it easier for storage.
You got it, yes.
And the other cool thing that I found, and here's a problem where everyone gets confused, and I shouldn't say everyone, but people sometimes get confused. So does the red go on the negative, on the positive, or what happens if I cross connect the battery? Put the cables on the wrong terminals on the battery that I'm trying to power on. Weego's got a safety feature in that. Could you explain to our listeners what's so really cool about that aspect of it?
Yeah, it's what I was saying earlier, where Jumpstarter 44 was designed in the United States. We have a technology that's been developed into the clamps, and we're calling them the Smarty clamps. Brand new design. No one else has anything similar to it. Super easy to squeeze and use, but the design of the clamps themselves grab onto the battery terminals on both sides. There's power that runs through both sides of the jaws, which ensure that you're going to have a great connection. So the physical design of the clamps is new and different and much better and larger to allow you to get, again, a better clamp onto the battery terminals. But also built into the Smarty clamps is what we're calling a smart box. And it's a series of lights and sounds that will tell the user if there's any kind of issues in jump-starting their battery. So if you've reversed the jumper cables red to black and black to red, which is incorrect, it will give you an alert of a light and a sound to say, hey, you've messed up the connection, reverse them, and then you'll be good to go. There's other safety protections that are built into the clamps, and it's also indicated through a series of lights and sounds. So it makes the jump process extremely easy and essentially foolproof.
You know what, and again, that just adds to the great product that you guys have, and one of the reasons why that you guys won Best in Show for that product. It's really cool. I mean, I know my daughter's going off to university next month, and so she's moving away from home. So we're going to get her one so she can put it in her vehicle, and just for that reason, and not that it's my daughter, but there's a lot of people out there that aren't mechanically inclined and don't know, as you mentioned. Red goes to positive and black goes to negative. And when they go to jump start something, or they touch the cables together, all of a sudden, the other car that it's connected to, something happens with its cables or its battery, and there's a lot of little things that can go wrong. And when you're in a stressful situation, you may not be thinking clearly, or you know what I mean. Like there's so many different things, and you guys have really taken that accidental thing or lack of knowledge or whatever the case may be, potential problem out of the equation with your Smarty Clips and that technology you guys have.
And that's one of the key things to the Weego brand. We say that our target customer is anyone from mom to the mechanic, or the captain to the novice boater. Because at the end of the day, everyone can have this problem, and it's the last thing that anybody wants to do or have to deal with. So making the product that's going to help them out be easy to use was paramount to what we're trying to do in developing any of these products.
And obviously you guys have done that, and it's kudos to you guys. You had mentioned quickly about some of the other products, the booster pack, or the charging packs that you guys have for your for smart devices and stuff. Tell us any other products that Weego has or is coming out with, they're working on currently.
Sure. Yeah. One of the big things about the program is that we want to make the products multifunctional and multi-purpose. So we've added some accessories to the line that allow the jump starter to be used more than just for jump starting. So we have a number of adapters that will attach to the Weego jump starter to then power other devices. So we have an SAE 12-volt DC adapter, which has an SAE connector, which will connect to a lot of particularly marine or auto mobile devices, like tire pumps or air compressors, lanterns. Anything with that kind of connecting system, you can run it off of the Weego and not rely upon any other power outlet coming from a wall or other source. So when you're camping or on a boat, when you just don't have the electricity available, you can use this kind of adapter. We also have a 12-volt DC adapter, which has a large barrel socket on the end, which does the same kind of thing. It will power 12-volt devices, but it uses this socket, which is comparable to fitting a cigarette lighter that you would find in a car, and be able to power that device using that adapter.
Sweet. So you like you said, you guys are got pretty much everything figured out and everything covered with all these accessories.
You like to think so?
That's really cool, and that's the other good thing that I've noticed with Weego and the product that you guys have is just that. It's like, sure, I can get an accessory for it. I don't have to get a whole different device.
You got it.
So that's really cool.
Thank you.
Brian, we got to take a quick commercial break here. We're going to pay a few bills, but when we come back, can you tell our listeners where can they get these amazing Weego products?
Sure.
Awesome. Folks, you're listening to What's New, the Peter Lerman Outdoors radio show on WRVO Radio Network 1, and we'll be right back right after this. Do you like fishing, hunting, shooting adventures, and how-to tips and recipes? Are you a fan of the Outdoor Channel? Would you like to stream or download your favorite show like MLF Fishing, Zona's Awesome Fishing Show, Buck Commander, Bill Jordan's Real Tree Outdoors, Hot Shots, Guns and Ammo, television, and many more onto your smart device? My Outdoor TV has all of these and many more. Here's the best part. My Outdoor TV and Peter Lerman Outdoors Radio have teamed up to bring you an amazing deal. Go to myoutdoortv.com and sign up using promo code PLO Radio for a great deal. If you live in the United States, you can get your first month for only 99 cents. If you live in Canada, you get your first month free. And all you have to do is sign up using promo code PLO Radio. You can take your favorite shows with you wherever you go. Watch them while you're out camping or at work or wherever your next adventure takes you. myoutdoortv.com using promo code PLO Radio for a great deal on your first month. 99 cents if you live in the U.S. and free if you live in Canada. Livingston Lures. Livingston Lures is committed to bringing fishermen everywhere innovative, technologically advanced lures designed to flat out catch fish in fresh and salt water. With an exciting new line of crankbaits, lipless crankbaits, topwater baits, jerk baits, and wake baits featuring a unique sound and vibration technology. Livingston Lures is set to make some real noise across the fishing industry. Folks, welcome back. If you're just tuning in today, we're talking with Brian Bell, who's the brand manager of Weego. And Weego is your, how would I describe this, Brian? Weego is your mobile power pack, booster pack. Anytime you need some source of power to power up your electronic devices, to boost your vehicle, regardless of what it is. Weego has a product that's out there that can do all of that. Before the break, I'd asked Brian if he'd tell us where could our listeners, or where could we purchase and get more information on Weego.
So one of the things that I like to always say too, and your description was very good, but one of the things I like to say is that they will fit in your back pocket. And I think that's one of the really cool things about it, just because of the size and the compactness of the battery packs, that they will fit in tight spaces. A lot of people don't have storage in those kinds of small vehicles and things, so it's an awesome way of having the ability to jump your battery, but it's still this tiny, tiny size product.
It is. I mean, the dimensions of that thing, and it would fit underneath your seat, the seat of your car, regardless of what kind of car you have. It's very compact. It's when I first saw it, it was like there's no way that they can do all of this, but it's actually really it's a cool, compact, powerful device that again, if you're from a tournament angler's perspective, guide or whatever, it's something that you need to have one of these on your boat. Perfect for RVing and camping. There's so many, and Brian touched on it earlier, there's so many different applications for it. Four-wheeling, you're out hunting. It's a great little powerful device that should become part of your kit, your equipment, that safety equipment. It's like, when in boats we all have to have flares and safety equipment and tow ropes and stuff like that. This should become part of that. So I would strongly recommend that and as we started off with the show saying, if you ever run into that problem, you need to look into getting one of these. It'll pay for itself the first time you use it. I can probably guarantee you that. I would recommend anyone going out, if you're looking for a power pack or booster pack or something like that, to give Weego a look, because it is an amazing product.
Excellent, thank you. In terms of where you can buy them, Amazon in Canada and Best Buy in Canada have all of our items available online, and we also have our own website, myweego.ca, that also carries all of the products. So online is probably the best way to find the products for all of your listeners.
Brian, is there anything else that our listeners should know about Weego and where you guys are moving forward now that you've won Best in Show? Is there something that you guys are thinking about working on or started to work on that for next year's ICAST?
We're always looking at developing new products and targeting different markets. The current product line is one that really spans across fishing, marine, power sports, any of those kinds of retail or customer applications are a huge market for us. And just the general consumer that will drive is a huge market. So looking at other areas within the industrial space and some other sizes of product is another area where we're looking to develop new and different products. And then obviously more accessories to power more different types of electronic devices when you're away from home is a huge, huge opportunity too. So we're always looking at new and different ideas to create new products. We're still a young brand, but really interested in attacking the market as much as we possibly can and satisfy everybody out there with a product that can do all different kinds of things and help them out.
Well, that's awesome, because I mean, like I said, I think the Weego 44, the Jump Pack 44, is a cool product, and what you guys have out there is something that people really need to take a look into, and I'm sure that with the quality and the success that you've had with this, I'm sure it'll move on with your other products down the road. So that's
Peter, I really appreciate it.
so awesome. Congratulations to you guys. Brian, I know you're very busy, but I want to thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today about the Weego family of products. I wish you and all the folks over at Weego all the best as the company continues to grow.
Great. Thank you very much, Peter, and I appreciate the time.
Make sure you check them out at myweego.ca and myweego.com. Folks, this episode was brought to you by Pro J Fishing Tackle out of Scarborough, Ontario, Lou's building innovative products that are faster, lighter, and stronger, and George's Marine and Sports making fun a reality. Livingston Lures, the difference is clear. American Marine, #1 on the water, and Nitro Boats, driven to be the best, it's our passion. Folks, take a kid fishing. They are the future of our sport, and practice, catch, and release. Remember what I always say, work hard, but fish harder. I'm your host, Peter Lerman, and Lord willing, you will tune into us next week as we bring you what's new. Thanks for listening.